Hi, my name is Jude Martin, and today I'd like to talk about sleep. Sleep is an important thing that affects all of us college students, and I'd like to make the argument that what if the biggest thing affecting us in a poor way isn't really stress, but sleep? So, as we all know, everyday college students run on little to no rest. Between late nights, early classes, and just constant pressure, getting enough sleep feels like it's almost impossible. I try for 8 hours every night, but me personally, I get anywhere between five and five on a good night, honestly. Um, so in this video, I'm going to try to explain why college students are not getting enough sleep and how that affects them, and what colleges themselves can do to better their students and better their students' sleep schedules. So first, let's talk about the main issue, though, right? That's the main problem is the lack of sleep, and this happens a lot. Most college students are needing or recommended about 9 hours max, 7 hours minimum. Based on who you are as a person, that's just the average, and that's just not how it is. A lot of people end up not getting that. Like I said, I try for 8 hours, but I end up only getting 4 or 5 every night. Um, and just over time, these schedules, heavy workloads, social life, just kind of take the front row seat, and sleep is always pushed to the back. Um, Over time, this just starts to feel normal, and that's a bad thing. Why this matters? The lack of sleep has real consequences. Sleep affects focus, memory, mood, and overall health. Studies have shown that lack of sleep can just ruin someone's mental state completely. Um, when students don't get enough sleep or rest, it becomes harder to pay attention to in class. Studying effectively, and staying motivated. It can also lead to stress, burnout, and other health problems. The lack of sleep will lead to your immune system being down, which would cause you to be more sick and just cause a lot more problems. Yet, why do we do this? Why is this a common issue? It's part of the academic presence or pressure. Students are expected to manage multiple classes, assignments, and deadlines at once. Me personally, I'm a landscape architect, studying in bachelor, and I'm expected to do a bunch of different assignments and a bunch of different projects all at once. And the first thing to go is sleep. The deadlines all at once pile up a lot. Assignments, not it. Don't even get me started. And early class times also make things worse, especially for students who are naturally stay up later doing things like school or just trying to get any social life in. For many students, these simply aren't enough hours in the day to get sleep. So some possible solutions. This isn't just an individual problem, it's something that colleges can improve and help improve on. Schools could often have more flexible college class times. I know that my major is very aware of the lack of sleep that people are getting, and have tried to combat that with having classes start at like noon and go till 4. They're longer, but they aren't starting at 7:45 in the morning. I've had classes like that before, and they're just not fun, and I feel like a dead man. I don't get enough sleep. Um, Early classes times can make things worse, as I've said before, and having them be later on in the day is a lot more helpful. Flexible class times are great for that. Um, Reducing overall workloads and promoting a better sleep habits. It has been proven that when you sleep more, you learn more. And so there's this give or take with it where it's like you want to learn as much as you can in college, but at the exact same time, you want to get the sleep you can so you can learn all that stuff. And then, even small changes make a big difference in students' daily lives. Small changes, just like the professor being more understanding. If you were to email them and they're just like, yeah, no, I totally understand. Um, all these small things, they seem simple and this seems, redundant, but they are things that a lot of students need. So, in conclusion, to end this all off, sleep is unfortunately not a luxury. It's a necessity that for success that a lot of people need, and people don't realize they need this stuff. Me personally, I would rather, you know, get the little bit of me time I can, and I would sacrifice some sleep. You know, I mean, I'm tired a lot, um, and you know, sleep always becomes a thing that ends up being pushed aside, but it's very important. And if I were to learn better, I'd need more sleep. If college students want to perform their best, they obviously need to recognize the importance of rest, because doing well in college shouldn't come at the cost of your health or the cost or lack thereof of sleep. My name is Jude Martin. Thank you for coming to my little informational video. Hope you have a great rest of your day.